Hi everyone, welcome back to another Canva tutorial. In today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how we're going to take this photo of me that I took recently for a thumbnail and we are going to turn it into a vector image. First thing I want to do though is I want to get rid of the busy background because I only want to leave the image of myself that I want to turn into a vector. Head up to background remover and as we can see this does have a little crown, so therefore it is a Canva Pro feature. If you are currently not using Canva Pro but would like to give it a try, then click on the link in the description and you can get a free 30-day trial to Canva Pro to try out this feature and all the other amazing features that Canva Pro offers. Select background remover and there we go, it's got rid of all the busy background and it's just left the photo of myself. Select the photo, head up to edit. Now we're in the app section, we need to scroll down and we're looking for the tracer app, and here we can see now we've got our original image and we can choose either black or white or full colour. We'll go with black or white and then select trace image. It does just take a few seconds for this to alter your image, and there we can see now it has turned my photo into a black and white vector. We can obviously now change the threshold and this will change how the image looks as to whether it's lighter or darker, so you can have a bit of a play about with that and see which one works best. So I think that's a pretty good one because you can actually start to see my face. It's never designed to be perfect, it is just a vector image, but it does just give you a different spin on the photo. If we go back to the tracer, we can now try the full colour image and see how that one compares. So we'll select that and there we can see now it has changed our image into a vector image, and we can see now that it is just slightly different and it does just look more like, I suppose, a comic style than the original image. You can see here the auto colour numbers and that's showing you that there are 38 different colours in this image, and again we can mess around and we can reduce the number or increase the number and see what different results it gives us. Then once you are happy with the end result, you are ready to use that for whatever purpose you intended to use it for. Personally, out of the two, I prefer the full colour mode over the black and white as I think it gives a better representation of the photo, but again it's all down to the original photo that you're using and the intended purpose that you wanted it for. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you again soon.